Today we're going to talk about the present system of the passive indicative. Before we do that, let's talk about the difference between active and passive verbs. So here we have two sentences, the first being active and the second being passive. The first sentence, I am eating a hot dog. Note that the action of eating is being done by I, the subject, and is being done to a direct object. Whereas in the second sentence, I am being eaten by an alligator, the action of the verb is being done to the subject. Now let's see how to form these. For the present tense, for first and second conjugation verbs, to get that first person singular, remember we always go to our first principal part to get the stem, and then we're going to add R as our ending. For the rest of the present, we're going to go to that second principal part, the infinitive, drop off the RE to get our stem. We're going to add the rest of our endings to round it off. So our endings are R, ris, tor, more, many, entor. And you'll note that the meaning is passive for all of these. So amor, I am being loved. Amaris, you are being loved, and so on and so forth. When we go over to third and fourth conjugation verbs, you'll note that our endings are still the same, ar, ris, tur, mer, mini, entor, but the vowel that precedes it is different. So take a moment to pause the video and pay special attention to the vowel preceding your endings here for the third and fourth conjugation, present, passive, indicative. Of special importance is the second person singular here, which is a short E. And when we see the future of third and fourth conjugation verbs, you'll see why this is so important. Now let's look at the imperfect tense. And the beauty of the imperfect tense is that it works for all four conjugations the same way. We go to our infinitive, that second principal part, drop off our RE, and it gives us our stem. And then to this stem, we add endings, bar, baris, bator, bamor, bamini, bantor. And you'll note that these are all passive in meaning. I was being loved, you were being loved, so on and so forth. Finally, we have our future tense. And here the first and second conjugation diverge from the third and fourth conjugation, so pay attention to the endings. For the first and second conjugation, we're still forming from the infinitive to get our stem, dropping off that RE, and then we're adding endings bor, baris, bitur, bimor, bimini, buntor. And these will come to mean I will be loved, you will be loved, and so on and so forth. However, when we look at the third and fourth conjugation, we're still going to use those endings that look very similar to the present, ar, ris, tur, mer, mini, entor. However, the vowels that precede these endings are different than the vowels that precede the endings for the present tense of the third and fourth conjugation verbs, and only slightly, especially for the second person singular, where the only difference is a short E and a long E. So be very careful with this. However, other than the different endings, these are translated the same as first and second conjugation passive verbs. So trahar is I will be dragged, traharis you will be dragged, and so on and so forth.